Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And today we're working with pattern, I've already forgotten this number, 5347 on friendshipbracelet.net. It is one of the Greek waves, as they call it, little spirals that happen in repetition. But I kind of wanted to have fun with it. I would kind of change it around. So at the halfway point, we flipped it. And we flipped it again, so that way it would turn and go a different direction. And the change is subtle, but it's there. Like if you were wearing this bracelet, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't take you too long to figure out, like, hey, there is something different going on here. There's something interesting and cool. So yeah, I kind of like that. I'm actually pondering tomorrow, maybe we actually take the pattern and try it again, but we try making the spirals go in all kinds of different directions. That's what I'm thinking about. So we'll see how that goes. Either that or we'll just put it on the list to do later. I'm not sure, but it's something I think that's going to be kind of worth exploring, just because it would highlight how changing a pattern for your own purpose, how to approach it, what you can do, things like that. So yeah, the overall bracelet took me less than an hour, like almost 5 minutes less than an hour, which I thought was pretty amazing, because for something that's kind of spirals and it doesn't really have a whole lot of segment knotting to it, to actually be less than an hour for a 12-string bracelet, that seems pretty cool. Like, that's actually really good. Yeah, it's better than average. So there you go. The strings. So there are two of this, I guess it's a plum color on white. There are two of those ended up being much smaller than the other two. And then some of the white ended up smaller than the other ones. Nothing got too short or too worrisome, but there was some really stark differences between the lengths of the strings. So if I cut them into like quarter lengths, quarter of a skein, we would have run out. However, that said, there were opportunities where I could have, used a left right or a right left knot to have swapped with the ones that wasn't getting used as much. So at the end of the day, you just have to use some like caution, I guess, and figure out which direction you kind of want to go with it. It is pretty cool. I do like it. It does remind me of a bracelet I made long ago, long before video making and all that kind of stuff. Back in, I would say, the late 80s, I used similar colors, a nice purple on white, and I tried to make one continuous path. And I change up directions and do all this stuff. It was really crazy. I had some spirals at the beginning and end, and a lot of just jagged lines and weirdness throughout the middle of it. And it turned out really super cool. I was super proud of it. And back then, one of the things I always did was to soften up the bracelet. Like if you take a bracelet just made, and you can hold it and it just stands straight out, right? But if you get it wet and let it dry, some of the starches get washed out, and some of the knots will have tightened and then loosen up, and suddenly it becomes much looser and more free-flowing and kind of cool. So I did that. I got it wet, and the purple was not color fast. It bled into the white and ruined the effect, and you couldn't quite tell some of the area where the path actually was versus the white that actually turned purple. And I was so devastated, because it was such a uniquely random, hard to do bracelet. That was before I was really using the graph paper and figuring it all out on the computer. So yeah, this kind of brought back those memories of, things going completely south for me. So yeah, not a super pleasant memory, but it kind of gives you a good reason to make sure that wherever you source your string from, whether it's you're getting it from China like I do, or you're getting it from the local craft store, or whatever it is, making sure that your string is good. You know, test some of the darker colors, make sure that they're not gonna make a mess. Because yeah, that was devastating. That was absolutely crazy. So I think some of this, like doing the long rows, definitely maybe helped speed things up. Like that might be part of like why it went as quick as it did. I can't say for sure, but yeah. I did say it was 12 string, and intermediate probably. You know, there's a lot of zagging here and there to get the colors to be where they're needed. So yeah, probably not a beginner friendly thing, but it's not that difficult. Like if you've been making bracelets a little while, you'll probably have some fun with this. And like I said, there's other possibilities of things that we can do to kind of change up the pattern here and there, and you know, change its directions and stuff. So that would be fun, something to try. I have no idea where we are. I think that's the second one. The second one of where it spins around the other way. So that means there's just one more to go. Again, I have no idea where I am. Oh, beyond the halfway point. Nearly missed it. YouTube members. These guys are the heroes. The guys that keep this channel going. And if you wanted to join the group and be able to hang out with me on the first Sunday of the month, or get discounts on the stuff I made, all that, it's real easy. It's the join button near the subscribe. I can't believe I almost missed that again. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, there's a bunch of other perks. You get little smiley faces next to your name when we're doing the live streams, so like everybody knows that you're like a hero. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's just the third one, so it starts to close off the loops and stuff. Yeah. So hey, you made it through the video. That is awesome. If you haven't already, maybe hit that like button. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.